Hey traders, this is Rich with Breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is February 26, 26. I want to talk to you for a little while, and I want to give you some ideas to think about. Ask yourself these questions. Identify if you're in one of these situations. Sit back and relax. I'm here to help the community, and that's it. I'm here to change one life at a time. Traders, you must ask yourself what an actual edge means, what a systematic approach means, what a trading strategy is. All of that matters. And the reason it matters is because if you're doing the same thing that everyone else is doing, it's just simply not going to work. You can go ahead and watch YouTube University. You can go ahead and pull all of that free information together. You can join those discords where they're trading off of support, resistance, order block, ICT, SMT, you know me, all of the above. The fair value gaps, the impulsive candles, all of that. All of that is obvious in the market. The reason I say that is because I understand the market. The market moves. It is an algorithm, traders. It is an algorithm that no one is teaching, to my knowledge. It is an algorithm that will move whether or not you and I are in the market. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday and we have a half day of trading in the futures market. It does not matter. It does not matter if the market's going to gap up or gap down. It gaps up and gaps down to equal price out. That's about it. The market is designed to go up. But you were never told that being in a Discord for 5 and 10 years that you were still not going to become profitable. Because as you have hundreds and hundreds of people inside the Discord, each and every day, someone's going to claim that they were a winner. But they didn't tell you that they lost the last 15, 20 trades. So as you keep seeing people win and win and win, because they call themselves winners, they come from different places, different times, trading different symbols, trading different strategies, and they're not being honest. So you're putting all that together in hopes that you're going to be successful one day. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're not. Whether you like it or not, that's up to you. But if you don't want the facts, I don't know what else to tell you. You are not going to be successful at taking free information, listening to people in Discords, listening to people in live streams that you're just going to get it one day. That light bulb is just going to go off. And in order for that light bulb to go off, you need electricity, traders. And in order to have electricity, you need an account. And in order to have an account, you need money, right? But the problem is you don't want to pay for education. And if you did pay for education, you more than likely probably got ripped off. I hate to say it. Not everyone is out there to rip others off, but there are people that are scamming traders worldwide. Hopefully you did not fall in that bucket. But as you know, there are traders coming clean that really don't have a skill. You see, my channel is not about money, traders. I show some rewards here and there, now and then, but it's not about money. It's about a skill. And if you go back into all my videos and you read, it'll say this channel is about skill and not money. The reason that's so important, traders, is because you actually have to have a skill in order to be successful in the market. It's not about how much money that you make. It's not about how much money that you pulled out of prop firms or a live account. Who cares? What matters most is how did you get it? Did you rob banks? Did you cheat? Did you cheat, lie, and steal? Did you target beginner traders and tell them that you had the holy grail? Just buy my course at $4,000 and not even know how to trade, but teach them the basics where they can go to the library and just read a book? That's not a skill. That's called a scam. Yes, I know. If you wanted to pay for somebody for the basics, that's a contractual agreement, and they probably told you you're going to lose anyways. Well, they knew you were going to lose because they didn't have a skill in the first place. So is that a defense? When someone says that they don't even have a skill in the first place, and you believe that they do, but yet they told you were going to lose? Because the only way that they're going to win is if you have money, if you continue to pay their Discords, if you continue to pay the live streams. How about the affiliates? Why do prop firms, I don't know about all of them, but why do prop firms want the people that are affiliates to have a live stream? Because it's revenue. It's not about finding traders. They can say that, right? And you know what? It would be beneficial if they did find traders. Unfortunately, a lot of prop firms don't treat traders equal, okay? It's about their bottom line, right? And if they're going to treat traders equal, then they need to clean the slate entirely and start over and they need to allow everyone to join that prop firm and be treated equally. A computer-based program that doesn't care what your name or background is, and if you meet all the rules and guidelines, that you pass. Nobody has their little fingers in it. There's no transparency bar. You don't need a transparency bar. The reason you probably need a transparency button at a prop firm is probably because they were not as transparent as people think, right? Traders can tell you whatever they want to tell you. I always said this. Looking at someone's P&L does not tell the whole story. I'm not here to take it away from anyone that truly knows how to trade because there's a lot of good traders out there. Unfortunately, you don't know them. That's where the problem is. You want to continue to try and outbeat the market without any knowledge. You think that support resistance works, but yet price goes up and down. Support resistance is the weakest thing on the chart, but You don't believe me, but that's not my problem. That is actually your problem because you're trying to be successful at it. I have a professional skill in trading, and you probably would like to have a professional skill in trading, but I'm just trying to cut to the chase and tell you that listening to YouTube University and listening to all the fakes on YouTube is not going to get you a skill that you need. You need the appropriate education. What is that? You're going to have to find it. I didn't say you had to come to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I'll teach you 101. You can go wherever you want, but just because you went somewhere and they ripped you off, don't take it out on others because that was your choice. You should have known better. You should have known that support resistance is very weak. You should know that order blocks are very weak. You should know that fair value gaps are very weak. You should know that supply and demand is very weak. You should know that market structure doesn't mean shit. You see, it only means something when it works out for you. It only means something when you are right on a trade because you want to convince yourself that it actually works. You see, you want to know that liquidity is always there. Well, listen, traders, you find someone that's going to tell me, whether it be a book or whatever, I don't care how many years they have in the market, but why don't you see or look up yourself, because I'm not going to waste my time on it, and tell me the market would not move if no one else was in the market. It's an algorithm, okay? And the big institutions also have an algorithm, right? And when you have a scalper in the market that understands the market, such as myself, I can scalp, I can swing trade, I can do whatever I want in the market. Why? Because I understand the market. It's not bragging. I don't have bragging rights. I'm just being factual. If I can see the market, what else am I going to say? If I can see the fastball, I can see the slider, I can see the curveball, I can see the changeup. What else is there to talk about? Are you going to doubt somebody that says they can see the ball? I can see the market. And if you can see the market, then you can teach the market, right? But at what skill level? Because just because you can see the market doesn't mean you're automatically someone that has a professional skill to actually teach that over and over and over again, no matter what happens in the market, right? Because liquidity, throw it out the window. Liquidity is like an empty spot on the chart, right? Market goes up and down. The market has an attitude. When the news comes out, it's going to rip and roar. We don't know, right? If it's positive news, it might go south. And if it's negative news, it might go north. But who cares? You got to know where you're at in the market, right? The market has a mind of its own. But you know what? The market has a footprint. It is repeatable. It is traceable. It is repeatable. That's the key to any successful plan. Is it repeatable? How do I wash a car? How do I wash a window without it looking like a haze and a fog? It's a skill, right? Are you using the appropriate materials to do that? I don't know. I don't detail cars, but I could fuck up a window. Trust me. I could clean a window and it looks worse than when I started. Does that mean I'm a bad person? No. I don't have that skill. Maybe I'm not using the right stuff. Maybe Windex is not really good for that window, right? I'm sure there's a better alternative and a process, right? You see, that's how trading is. But when you go to the store, everyone buys Windex. Why? Because that's what we know. But there's a better solution to that. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's a better solution than Windex. Trading's the same way. You just want to be in the crowd. If you really want to learn how to trade, you need to be in a mentorship, someone that can teach you one-on-one, someone that actually has a skill. That's not going to tell you to look at videos and read books. The reason I say this is because it's a coach. It's somebody that can coach you. Not every trader is the same. Listen to me, traders. Not every person is the same. So when I teach a trader, there are traders that get some things, but yet they don't get the other things. And then there are some traders that get everything but cannot apply everything. And then there are other traders that seem to not have it all together, but when it comes to trading, then they figure it out. They do well. But there's always room to grow. You see, I'm a lifetime student and I always said that. Because any athlete will tell you, any professional athlete will tell you, they never stop learning. Who cares how much money you make? Can you hit the ball when we need it? Can you field the ball when we need it? Can you throw out the runners when we need it? Can you catch the ball when we need it? When we're down, are you a quitter? Or are you going to stand up and give it your best? Is your skill going to kick in or is it going to continue to fail? Because you're thinking about the money. You see, money doesn't mean anything. It's the skill that takes over, traders. The skill is for life. So as you practice, you must practice and you must master. What does master mean? Master is whatever you think mastering is. But when it's not good enough, that means you better find a different word other than master, okay? Because mastery has to be good enough, right? So when you can start to master everything in the toolbox, yes, the trader toolbox, whatever it is, you may have 10 or 15 items in the toolbox. Can you master each piece in there? So when you grab that toolbox and you go to work, you're prepared? Because if you bring out a tool and you don't know how to use it, that's not mastery, is it? That's failure. But if you could admit that you don't know how to use it, then you could practice. But you see, you can't practice unless you admit that you don't know how to do something. And if you're scared of making mistakes, how are you going to learn? I probably make mistakes every day. But hey, it's okay, because every day I remind myself I'm human. I remind traders every day, we are all human, we make mistakes. If you're not going to make a mistake, then you're not trying hard enough. If you're trading in a safety zone, then you're not living in your outside of your comfort zone. How are you going to grow? You see, you won't grow because you don't allow yourself to grow. You're in competition with the next trader that you don't know. You're in competition with the trader that keeps lying, and you have no idea. You're in competition with the trader that has a fake account. You see, people always talk about whether it's live or prop firm and stuff like this, and whether you're a pro trader, you're not a pro trader, whether you're a highly skilled trader or not. Let me explain something to you. Anyone that trades a small account that is in a box and able to pull money out of the market continuously, they have a skill. They have a skill. And if that skill, if they're not sitting there churning and blowing up accounts after accounts after accounts after accounts and continuing to do that without a purpose, okay? Because the fact is that if you can trade on one chart, you can trade on any chart if you're not gambling. That's a fact. Okay, so let's take gambling out of the equation. Okay, because you can't gamble in the stock market, in the live market, because unless you have an overflow of money that's going to continue to come in. And trading doesn't mean you're swing trading or holding overnight. Trading means intraday, like you're trading during the day. Okay, and first of all, you cannot say you're a swing trader and a scalper at the same time. You're either scalping when you enter, or you're swing trading. You need to figure out what the hell you're doing, because you can't mix the two. If you're on a 1 minute time frame, why in the hell are you swing trading? What the hell's going on? Lower time frames are for scalpers, right? You want to swing trade, get your ass up in a higher time frame, you know, with the old Sallies. Get up in the slow with the turtles up there. That's where you need to be. And then go drink your coffee and walk around and everything else. There's no need to look at a chart if you're on a higher time frame. Why? The chart's dead. It's not even moving. It's sitting there. It's going to take hours, weeks, days, months. Okay? That's not trading. That's called investing, traders. But once again, you're in these discords that tell you I hold my trades an hour and a half. Holds their trades on an hour and a half. Why don't they show where they're at and on what time frame? Or actually, why don't they tell us the time frame prior to the execution of that trade and then come back and say they held that trade for an hour and a half? Then we would find out that they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, right? They didn't know what they were doing. That's why they had to hold the trade an hour and a half, right? I had a trader today, and she's a very athletic person, and she loves competition. And sometimes she'll get a little ticked off and a little pissed off. I can see it. It's, you know, if she was in an area that she could spike that volleyball, she would, right? But here's the point. Hesitation kills, all right? If you know where the market is and you're on the right side of the market and you understand the market, because I show you how to trade the right side of the market. I show you the weakest hand in the market, okay? I show you where the market's where it's the weakest and the direction of travel, okay? When the market is at its weak point, that's where you want to get in. You want to get in at the market's weak point, and you want to ride that son of a bitch like you never rode anything in your life, and you want to hit it hard. Right? That's the game right there. You want to hit it hard, right? I don't use stop losses. Why would I use a stop loss? A stop loss is a false sense of security, traders. Okay? Anybody that tells you to use a stop loss and you have poor risk management, I bet you they never told you poor risk management is not knowing how to execute a trade prior to getting in the market, right? Because risk management starts prior to the execution of a trade and has nothing to do with the stop loss, right? I don't teach traders at Breathing with the Markets how to use a stop loss. I teach traders how to trade, right? Because trading is for traders. Gambling is for gamblers, right? If you're using a stop loss, I'm going to just be honest with you. You're gambling. You don't want to hear that. No problem. Then trading's not for you. I'm just letting you know, trading is not for you. Now, if you want to protect capital for some other unknown reason, that's your prerogative, right? I didn't tell you not to use one. I didn't tell you that I would look at you any differently if you used a stop loss, because that's not true. But what I am telling you that if you are using a stop loss, then you're not ready to be in that market. Whoa, how could you say that? Just like I said it. If you are using a stop loss, you're not ready to be in that market. You don't have that skill. You don't have that confidence to be in the market. You don't have what it takes to be in there, and you don't even have the direction right. Because if you had the direction right, and you knew what you were doing, and you had a systematic approach to the market, why would you use a stop loss? Doesn't the market breathe? Hence, breathing with the market, baby, right? We breathe with the market. Why are we scared? We're not scared. We're not fearful of the market. We take advantage of the market. The market doesn't take advantage of us. If it pulls back on us, we smack it again. And it pulls back again, smack it again. And it pulls back even more, we smack it again. Get out of here, dog, right? You understand the market. You gotta understand the market. The market's going to go up and down. Oh, no shit. The market goes up and down. What happened to all the support and resistance, traders? Isn't it making highs and lows as it's pulling back? Of course it is. Why? Because the market goes up and down. Geez, what genius thought of that? Support, resistance, supply and demand. What do you think it's going to create if the market goes up and down? If the market went sideways from left and right, what do you think it would create? Right? Perpendicular lines? You understand? right? A horizontal line is perpendicular to the price, right? A horizontal line is perpendicular to price, right? And then a vertical line would be perpendicular to a market going from left to right. Who was the clueless guy that figured out that support and resistance was the way to trade? If that was the case, then why are 99% of the traders failing? You see, support and resistance is not repeatable. You cannot go back in history and find the same support and resistance. Can you? Prove it. No, you can't. I guarantee you can't. It's just an assumption because you saw price turn, but you don't know why price turns. You don't know how price turns. You don't know where price is going to turn. And you don't know why price blew past your support resistance. It's just an assumption that you're doing what everyone else is doing. You're not doing what traders at Breathing with the Market are doing because we're actually trading the market. We're not taking a slice out of the market. We're not taking a slice of a pie. We're not trading a little sliver out of the market. I teach them how to trade the entire market. Yes, the entire market. Whether the market's going up or down, it doesn't make a difference. Whether it's ranging, it doesn't make a difference, traders. But nobody tells you that. Why? Because they can't comment on something that they don't know. But what they can do is take the majority of failures, I might add, and say, nothing else works, or anything works. Anything can make you profitable. Anything works. How many times have you heard this? Any strategy works. Really? So if any strategy works, why in the hell are traders the stupidest ass people around? Because they have a 99% failure rate, but yet anything works. Does that math really add up, traders? Think about what I just said. Why does anything work? Why do all these discords, podcasts, everyone spilling the beans? They all say the same thing. Any strategy works. Any edge works. Just find your edge. Just find what works for you. Just find what works for you. Just find what works for you. Just last another day. Use a stop loss. Just win more than you lose. Again, why are 99% of the traders failing? The reason is because none of that actually works. You have people that are actually gambling and they don't tell you the truth. And then they quit. Or they tell you that they were profitable after a certain time. And then you believe them because they show you a bankroll. But they cannot tell you why they got in the trade other than a support resistance or it rejected. What's a rejection? What do you mean it rejected? Prove that it rejected. Oh, it printed a candle? Oh, you mean everything that all of those indicators, you mean to tell me the volume indicators, the level 2, the book map and everything else, all that stuff is accurate, right? There's no spooking, there's no nothing going on. There's no hanky-panky going on in the market, huh? You're not seeing 500 lots appear and then disappear, are you? Right? That's no indication of the shit's not accurate. But you know what? You don't need that. You don't need that when you know how to read the chart because the chart doesn't lie. Once it prints a candle, it's always going to be there. Man, that makes sense, huh? Once it prints a candle, it's always going to be there. That's history, okay? So once it makes that footprint and once it prints that candle is not going anywhere. You can go back 25 years and that candle's still there. Wow, I didn't know that. You know why you didn't know that? Because no one tells you the truth, right? You're just looking at support and resistance. You don't understand the gems in the market because 25, 30 years ago, they were there. But no one tells you anything because you don't know how to read the market. And that's the major problem that we have, is we have all of these people that are buying subscribers. Yes, they buy subscribers. And they'll buy 100,000 subscribers when they get enough affiliate money from you guys. And then all of a sudden you think that they have 100,000 followers. And you think that, man, this is the guy or girl to follow. And then they have 1 million subscribers. And then they're like, whoa, man, this guy or girl must be good. But hell, they couldn't teach you anything. They can certainly take your money, right? Some of them. Once again, there are professional traders out there. I agree with that. But I'm not here for professional traders. I'm here to change one life at a time, to make you your best, to help you be your best. So you're not in competition with anybody else. That you and I are going to have one-on-one time, and we're going to hone in on your skill. We're not honing in on my skill. I'm going to teach you my skill. I'm going to teach you how to follow the market. I'm going to teach you how the market moves. I'm going to show you where the market has the weakest hand. And you're going to practice that. And I'm going to give you sets of tools that you can master, and that you need to master, and that you need to practice, because we never stop learning, right? And you're going to rep it out, and you're going to rep it out, and you're going to rep it out. And then you're going to rep it out another day. And then you're going to get frustrated trading. And then you're going to rep it out, and you're going to rep it out. I teach on a still chart. That still chart's not going anywhere. Those candles are still going to be there, trader. Charts don't lie. Traders do. You see? The charts don't lie. Traders do. And here's what traders do also. Okay? They'll tell you that they got in on a daily chart or a weekly chart or a monthly chart, but actually they got in on a lower time frame. They just didn't fucking tell you because they can't teach a skill. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. And they're not telling you exactly what they're doing because they can't repeat it. Because if they told you everything that they did, you would know they keep flip-flopping like the multi-million-dollar support resistance traders out there. Yeah, he and she, right? It's crazy. How about trendline traders, right? You know who they are. You know what they do. What about all those traders that got caught trading, demo accounts saying that they were live every morning. Oh, we're going live, baby. We're going live. I got 20 lots here. We're going live. I'm up $30,000 for the day, team. I'm up $30,000 live. And the guy was on a fucking demo. You see, you follow them. He had 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, I don't know how many followers, but a shitload of followers. You know how many lives that person damaged? Seriously, think about it, right? If you can't teach a skill, stay the fuck out of the market. Stay the hell out of the market. If you're gambling and you don't know how to trade, but you want to sell a course, be honest with people. Just be honest with them. That's all. Be honest so people can make a decision, their investment. They want to invest in themselves. They don't want to get scammed, right? If you have a skill, then you can teach a skill. And if you have a piss poor skill or just an average skill, well, then you can't teach a great skill, right? Because people would know whether or not your skill was at an elevated level or not, right? I mean, if you've taken hundreds and hundreds of thousands of trades and you have 20s of thousands and more hours on the market, and you can actually show the market like nobody else, I would say you have a skill, right? And your skill is at a professional level. So what do you get out of today? Don't follow these discords. Don't follow these streams. They're always, when they say it's their opinion, I think price is going to go here. I think price is going to go down there. I believe it's going to break this high. I believe it's going to break this low. I believe it's, the numbers are even over here. We're going to round the numbers off, and this is the point of control, and this is the high and low of yesterday. The market doesn't move like that, traders. If you draw a horizontal line on the chart tomorrow, if you're going to trade, or the next day or next week, just look at your screen. Do this. Look at your screen and have it blank. Draw one line across that screen, right in the middle, wherever you think middle is, and then put it on lock. And then go to the time frame that you're trading, and just keep that line on there the entire week. And if you're on a 4-hour time frame, okay, maybe it might touch that or not. Go down to it might touch on a 4-hour in a week, I don't know. But how about go to a 1 hour and see if it touches that, and see what happens. See what type of reaction it has on that horizontal line. A horizontal line is the weakest line in the chart. It doesn't make any difference. Because if it has rejection off of that, someone's going to tell you that was some type of support or resistance. And they're full of shit. They just say what everyone else says. I wish you well. Seriously, if you want to learn how to trade and follow the market, come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com. I will teach you. I will work with you, and we will work on your skill together. That's a fact. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not dogging anyone. I'm not throwing shade on anyone. I am here to help the community. It's very simple. Just come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com, and I will teach you one-on-one. And for the mentees that are practicing, keep practicing. Trading is work, right? It's easy to gamble. Anybody can push a button. Anyone can push a button. If you want to gain a skill, it's not going to happen within 24 hours, right? You're going to have to rep it out. You're going to have to rep it out. And if you want to be tested, hit me up on the DM. I'll test you, and we'll go from there. I wish you well. Have a great day. Peace, traders.